turnout.
This is incredible downtown Toledo. It is electric. It is unbelievable. It is, for some people, may even be emotional to be experiencing something like this that they've never seen before. Now, while the clock is going to say 3 minutes for Totality here in Toledo, we've got Fort Jennings, Ottoville, Bluffton, Ottawa Continental. You are going to be coming up with Totality between 3:09 and 3:10:30. So that is going to be coming up in about a minute and 45 seconds. We're going to see our first areas, our first cities here in Northwest Ohio, actually in Totality.
This is almost like when you're predicting severe weather and we've got a storm tracker on it coming in. This is exactly when the shadow is hitting.
That's exactly what's going to happen. And we're going to break this down really to the second. So a few more live looks right there. And we're about 99% eclipse. So this is happening right now. And yes, we've got some of those cirrus clouds over. It may disrupt a little bit of that 360-degree panoramic sunset view that maybe we were hoping for, and perhaps some of the views of the planets. But you're going to get a phenomenal view of Totality. It is still going to be just phenomenal. We really couldn't have asked for a better day, and really to enjoy it out here in a beautiful afternoon is exactly what we were hoping for.
You know, you were mentioning as well if it would make sense for us to kill our lights here just so that we take away from what everybody else is experiencing. Hey, Chris, should we kill our lights maybe and really take in and see how dark it has gotten here? Just to kind of give people a perspective.
Oh, yeah. Wow.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
and we're going to take that down just for a few minutes. Absolutely. So we are now, guys,
you can see just how dark it's
3:09:53. We have Totality in our area. That is Fort Jennings. You are in Totality now for 3 minutes and 27 seconds. Ottoville now also in Totality for 3 minutes and 20 seconds. Next up, Ottawa and Continental. You are going to be hitting Totality coming up in the next 6 seconds down towards Ottawa and Continental. This highlights how quickly that moon is moving across the face of the Earth. Kenton, where we've got Totality for 3 minutes and 55 seconds. That is going to be hitting now at 3:10:26. Finley, you are next up, 3:10:45. We are now 15 seconds away from Totality happening. It is getting dark on the horizon. This is almost eerie across the area. The moon shadow is now racing across the face of the Earth, northern Ohio, at 1,500 miles per hour. Holgate, 3:10:49, you're happening right now, and here it is. It is going to be here in the Toledo Metro within the next 90 seconds. Next up, we've got Defiance. You got to be quick. A minute and 40 seconds is your Totality in Defiance. It's hitting right now as we cross over to 3:11. Defiance, you are now officially into Totality. Next up, where we've got our cruise in Bowling Green. We've got a cruise in Bowling Green. They are going to be hitting Totality at 3:11:22. You are now 12 seconds away from Totality in Bowling Green. We are 12 seconds away from Totality in Bowling Green. For Napoleon, Tiffin, Bucyrus, you are next up, all within the next 10 seconds. We've got Tiffin. Jeff, what's your reaction to this right now?
I tell you what, it is, you know, I know we were hoping and praying for the perfect scenario where we would have that 360-degree sunset, but we just saw Bowling Green and Deutsch Perry Stadium and how everybody was reacting there. Right now,
I got chills
can you
right
hear?
now.
I do too.
I've got chills. This is an incredible moment. We are 3:11:47. We are 30 seconds away from Totality here in the Toledo Metro.
It's just barely peeking out whatsoever. You can start to see some of that lighter.
47.
Yep.
This is unbelievable.
And we see this is our overhead shot here at Imagination Station. Basically, everybody, we are shrouded in darkness, and we're about to see Totality take its place right here in Northwest Ohio.
5 seconds.
And you can, it's like you scored a touchdown.
3, 2, 1. Downtown Toledo is in Totality right now. This is a moment. We are going to let our crews all go and experience this.
Yes.
And we're going to let you at home experience this as well.
Wow.
We have our producers, our managers, our directors, our anchors that have been waiting and planning for years. And we are experiencing
Glasses
Totality
can come
live.
off at this point,
The glasses
correct?
can come off at this point. I want you guys to just take 60 seconds and enjoy this moment. That is the outer atmosphere of the sun. 2 million degrees Fahrenheit. Ionized glasses. That is the Bailey's bead. It is coming back out now. Wow.
Chris, take a look at the horizon, if you can, on either side of the Maumee River. I'll tell you what, I stepped away for a second and I got into the crowd a little bit. Kaylee was doing the same thing, but I sat down next to a family.
You have to watch this too, the shadow. It's coming. Now you can't look at the sun without the glasses, but the shadow is moving across the clouds.
And we're seeing some of that from our camera angles that we're showing you there at home right here, right now. I'll tell you what, that plane pulling the banner, they got a pretty good vantage point on this thing.
They certainly do.
My goodness.
We saw really some incredible things too. We saw the diamond ring effect.
Yeah.
As it was exiting Totality, we saw that one spark of light, that first ray that could have been coming through a valley or a mountain up on the moon's surface. We saw the diamond ring effect. We saw the sun's corona. We saw just an incredible experience.
Yeah, we're also checking in at the University of Toledo, where obviously Centennial Mall and a number of people have gathered there. Chris, I got to say something, and I walked back into the tent, and I felt like you were having a moment.
I was having a moment there.
Yeah.
I didn't know how I was going to react, and to say I was a little emotional over it.
I kind of had a moment too. Like,
I'm not afraid to admit it. It was something that was,
heavy.
incredible. You can't prepare yourself for the emotion that you're going to feel.
I know there were a lot of people leading up to this were like, hey, this is no big deal. This was amazing.
I can't believe it.
Right?
I can't believe it. And we saw it here too. All of Northwest Ohio. We can celebrate now.
Yeah.
We can rejoice. We have experienced Totality in its folding.
So here we go, as the lights come back on.
It's like they just turned off the lights just for a minute.
Well, I mean, the music started back up as well, but even after the music turned off, this was almost like going to church for a lot of people. They were reverent for the moment, taking it all in, experiencing, first and foremost, what am I experiencing, right? And secondly, then embracing it.
And it's a moment they'll remember forever, too. And how quickly it goes, too.
I feel like I blinked.
You feel like you blinked. And Totality is now entirely over across Northwest Ohio, and it's racing out through Cleveland, and eventually it's going to exit Ashtabula County and over into Pennsylvania, where they have some thicker clouds over there. It is incredible.
Let's go down to Kenton, Ohio. We are just about 2 hours south of us. We knew they were going to be in the path for longer than anybody in Northwest Ohio. That's why our Michael Sandlin is there right now. Michael, talk us through the experience for you, the experience for people around you.
Jeff, I don't even know where to begin. This is the kind of experience that you don't even know how to really explain. It was surreal. I felt so small. It's the kind of moment where you really realize how big the universe really is. I took a moment to really look around at the people around me. No one was looking at their phone. Every neck was craned up at the sky. There was cheers. I saw one woman wiping away tears. It's just the kind of moment that you'll never forget for the rest of your life, and powerful doesn't even begin to describe it. I had one gentleman that I spoke to a few hours before. You'll recall he said it looked like a hole was being punched in the universe. I don't even think those words are strong enough to describe what I really saw today, but full body chills, absolutely, and you can tell that people are just trying to process what they saw as well around me. So right now people are already beginning to pack up their cars, they're getting ready to go, but once in a lifetime is the only way I can describe what I saw, and I look forward for everyone in the path of Totality next to enjoy it coming soon. So I'm going to toss it back to you guys, but I'm still processing what I just saw.
I think we're still getting used to it. We turned the lights back on here and we're like, oh wait, hold on, we're not used to it being so bright here yet. But truly incredible experience there in Kenton, Ohio. People are starting to clear out a little bit now. It's kind of like, okay.
You your hair just blew. And that was one thing that I noticed, Chris. You said things would deaden around here as far as the wind was concerned. And now we're starting to feel a little bit of normalcy.
The breeze is going to pick back up.
66 degrees
66.
on our monitor.
We dropped close to 8 to 10 degrees.
Yeah.
Wow.
Is what we dropped to. Now it's going to skyrocket back up. We're going to be back north of 70 in no time.
We've got new partners listening to us right now.
I love having everyone across Northwest Ohio part of this. Our radio partners, WFIN and WKXA, they are now simulcasting. They've been simulcasting us over the air down across a vast portion of our viewing and listening areas. So proud to have them, and I assume they're feeling the emotion that we have as well. And as we describe it and the feeling, it is a feeling that's very common and a common connection between all of us now in Northwest Ohio. So great to have WFIN and WKXA with us.
We've been kind of tapping into the Ritter Planetarium and the telescope sites of what we just witnessed right there, obviously embedded within the University of Toledo campus.
Wow, yeah, that's where we find our Tim and Kaylee. Guys, I'm sure an incredible experience for you guys over there.
Oh my gosh, that was incredible. Was a lot of fun.
Wow.
Man, I really didn't know what to expect. I went into it kind of open-minded. I'd seen videos, seen pictures. A lot of fun. We've got Jazzy Weber here right now. She's a UT student. Tell us real quick, what was your experience like?
I thought it was really exciting. I didn't know what to expect. I was like, is it really going to be like all the hype? But it was. It was really awesome. And it was fun to hear everybody like scream and get excited.
Yeah.
It was like kind of like the best sports game ever. Like everybody's cheering for the same team. So it was really fun. It was a good experience.
Kind of got quiet right before we hit Totality because people were just waiting. And then as soon as we hit it was when all those shouts came out.
Yeah.
As a UT student, what was it like to experience it here with not only your classmates, but just with the community too?
It was really fun. Most of my classes were canceled, unfortunately, except one, but we got to talk about the eclipse in my Shakespeare class with Dr. Gamble, and it was kind of fun to just be here and have everybody be out for the same reason, not a political cause or anything, just kind of a unifying, fun celebration. So it was a blast. I'm really glad at all the people that showed up and the work UT put into it. So it was really great.
It's almost a little emotional too. I know Kelly and I kind of felt that feeling like, wow, this is a moment to share with other people.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, to be with people that you enjoy being around and remember this moment in history. So yeah.
As a history major, it's a moment in history,
There
right?
you go.
Yes.
We know that for partial eclipse, it may be not as memorable. Would you say this one absolutely memorable?
Absolutely, yeah. Like I took pictures and I don't know if I'll remember them later, but it is kind of fun to look back and be like, yeah, the lights turned off. It really got dark, and I think it is very memorable. So maybe I'll be here for the next one. I don't know.
You never know.
2099, you never know.
It was a fun memory. So,
Right.
yep.
Well, thank you so
Thank
much,
you.
Jazzy, for talking to us. And it's just so great, Kaylee, to hear the reaction. We know people are starting to leave, but they will have stories to tell for a long time.
Yeah, now we want to check in with John Monk where more stories are. Big story, Tiffin.
Wow, lots
People
of totality
are
there.
getting engaged there. Let's check in with him. Hey, John.
Hey, good afternoon, guys. Yeah, this was one of the, I had been previewing this event for months. I was one of the first people to do a news story about it in the area, and I was blown away how cool this moment was. The light slowly got dimmer and dimmer, and then it just pitch blackness. Everyone gasped. Everyone applauded. They applauded the sun. That was interesting. And then we had a quick, intimate, really fast, almost fast lane wedding ceremony, and then a renewal ceremony. I'm joined with Jim and Kelly. They're from Delaware, Ohio. Thanks for joining me, you guys.
It's our pleasure.
Thank you.
How did you guys hear about this event?
Kelly heard about it first. She set it all up without me knowing about it and surprised me. So this is a wonderful, wonderful weekend in a lot of ways.
Yeah. And you guys renewed. You didn't get married, so how long have you guys been married?
It'll be 3 years, yeah.
Excellent. Congrats. So what about this experience made you want to drive out here to Seneca County and go through with this?
It's the eclipse itself. It's the renewal of our vows. And it's Tiffin, Ohio.
Yeah.
It's a wonderful
Wow.
place. It's our first time here.
Yes, and we absolutely love the town, love the people. I got to tell you, this was just a fantastic experience.
Well, and I think the tourism folks wanted to grease the wheels a bit and throw a good party, and maybe you guys might come back to patronize some local businesses, as a visit or a trip.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
we will definitely.
Yeah, I feel like
keep
we
it
made
back.
friends here.
Yes.
Excellent. So from now on, you guys will remember your renewal date was the date of the total solar eclipse.
Yes.
Are you guys taking any home any commemoration pieces or T-shirts or anything like that?
that rock. And t-shirts too.
Of course.
Yeah,
Of
we got
course.
t-shirts.
You staying the night here tonight, or you're traveling back home?
We did stay for 2 nights already, so we're going to head back home after this.
Excellent. Well, thank you guys so much for joining me, and congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Wonderful. All right, so yeah, we'll be down here for another few hours talking about the fallout of this total solar eclipse, and probably check in on some traffic out of all these towns to figure out if we can actually get back home after this. But for now, reporting live in Tiff, and I'm John Muck. Back to you and Tim and Kaylee.
You want to start or me? All right, thanks so much, John. Man, it has been so emotional, so fun. We already have people clearing out, some people staying around.
Right.
Not too bad. I mean, 1 minute and 27 seconds. Not long when you really think about it.
It went
compared
fast.
to, like, Fiji. It did go really fast, but it still was such a cool experience, really once in a lifetime.
Oh, for sure.
We've got someone who has traveled from Central Michigan to come watch this. We have Grace Bremer here.
Grace, what did you think when you saw this? I mean, you came up to us earlier and said, I'm going to come back and tell you what I thought. So what's your reaction?
Oh my gosh, it was just breathtaking. I've never seen a solar eclipse before. I was there for the August 17th or the 2017 one, but just as a partial eclipse. So seeing the actual corona, seeing like the Bailey's bead, seeing all of it was just incredible. It was worth the 5-hour drive here, you know, worth going from Michigan onto Ohio turf, and I was just blown away. It was so much fun.
What about right before and right after, when you saw it, you know, get dark, almost like a sunset, then you saw it come back sunrise? What was your experience with that?
Well, I was kind of dancing around. We were all screaming, having fun. It was so cool too because it got like really dark and it started to wind. I was getting really hot in my sweatshirt, but then everything got cooled down, and it was just such a fun time just to be with friends, you know, all these fun activities. And yeah, like you said, there was like this sunset kind of atmosphere, but if you looked on the other side, then it was still like bright and sunny. So it was cool doing the two different contrasts.
And you were actually studying this, right? So this was a great moment for you.
Yeah, we are doing a little studying of this too. We're here with the CMU's Astronomy Club. So a lot of us are here to, look, they did a lot of photography too. So it was a great time overall to learn.
I love that she wasn't afraid to come to another Mac school, kind of enemy territory, and come here and experience it. She's not shy about that.
You are one of, many people who have come down from Michigan, from other parts of the country. We really appreciate you being able to be here and experience Totality with us, Grace.
Now you get to fight the traffic on the way back to CMU. Appreciate it, Grace. Thanks so much, and what a moment.
It was
We can't wait to
awesome.
talk to more people about what they thought.
We'll be right back after the break, guys.